Hey everyone, what's poppin', what's tea? It's your girl Spicy Niche, and I am here with another video. So this is gonna be a series called
That's not nice.
Oh my god!
That's supposed to see with jeans on, bro.
So the first thing we're gonna make today is cinnamon roll cupcakes. So we already got the cake mix started. Your first ingredient is just gonna be a box cake mix. You can follow the directions on the back, and that's the first step. We're gonna put those in the oven for 6 minutes, and then we'll show you what's next. So I mixed the box cake mix off camera. You can just follow the directions on the back of whatever box cake mix that you use, and I'm just gonna pour the mixture into the cups. Now one thing that I did was overfill the cups, so yeah, don't do that or else it'll hurt you when you're trying to put these cinnamon rolls on top. So we're gonna put these in the oven at 375 degrees Fahrenheit, 190 degrees Celsius for 6 minutes before we add the cinnamon. So you're just going to get some cinnamon rolls, and all you have to do is cut them in half. Like I said, you will add them to the cupcake mixture after 6 minutes of them being in the oven. So I saw this recipe via BuzzFeed Tasty on Instagram, and I will also leave the link for their video below. Now we're gonna pop that in the oven. So now we are moving on to our garlic bread. So I just have 2 sticks of butter that were fresh out of the fridge. So I had to try and soften them in the microwave. I put it in there for 1 minute. But what ended up happening is the butter ended up melting and some of it ended up being still cold. So we were trying to mix the two together. I have attached the Pinterest video below so you can see how the consistency for this mixture is actually supposed to be. But in any case, it still turned out well and we move. So the next thing that I'm going to do is add that garlic powder to the mix. I'm just estimating at this point. And we're going to add some parsley.
Wait. All that parsley?
Yeah, man, I added a whole bunch of parsley, guys. It was 1 a.m. I was tired. And then we add a little bit of salt and we just mix that together. So we are just going to go ahead and cut our bread into nice even slices like so. And then we're going to go ahead and add the mixture right on top of the bread and stack them on top of each other like so. So yeah, guys, it was pretty easy to do this and it turned out pretty well overall. So you're just gonna keep adding the mixture until you have completed your whole loaf of bread, and then we're gonna wrap it in foil. So at this point it had been 6 minutes, so we're just going to go ahead and add the cinnamon rolls on top of the cupcakes. And as you can see, the cupcakes rose very high because I overfilled them like I said in the beginning. So it was kind of hard to put the cinnamon rolls on top just because it was overflowing. So yeah, guys, I would say you should probably fill it half full. That way when it rises, it isn't overflowing like you can see in the video. And then we're going to put them back in the oven for 9 minutes before we then take them out. So now we're just going to add our garlic bread in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes. And again, the oven is at 375 degrees Fahrenheit. So next we're going to move on to our mojitos. We're just going to cut up some strawberries, cut up some limes, and also lemons. And then we are also going to cut some mint leaves, and we have our blackberries already washed and ready to go. So you're just going to get a glass and add some mint leaves, add half of a lime, add half of a lemon, and you're just going to squeeze that all into the glass. Now, what I really needed was a muddler to mash that in, but I just ended up using the end of a fork, which worked okay, but I'm gonna get a muddler. So next we're just gonna add some pineapple Malibu. My ratios were so off, so make sure that you guys get the right ratios. And then you're just gonna add some lemonade. This is a really good drink for like a party because it's just a nice feel good drink. So I already have my blackberries in the glass for this one, so I'm just going to squeeze half of a lemon and half of a lime, and then another half of a lemon and another half of a lime. So therefore I used 1 lemon and 1 lime for this mixture, and then I'm going to go ahead and use my fork to mash that all in together, and then I'm going to add my Malibu, and then I'm going to add my raspberry lemonade. And there you have it, 2 simple, easy mojitos. And I'm going to add my strawberry for aesthetic purposes. And there you have it, super simple, super easy mojitos. So at this point, it had been 9 minutes. So we just took our cinnamon roll cupcakes out of the oven and we are just going to go ahead and add icing. And just like that, you are finished. So after about 10 more minutes, the garlic bread was also done. So now we are moving on to our salmon, where I am just going to put some black pepper on top of the salmon. Now I had already cut up the lemons to lay the salmon on top. So now we're just going to use some melted butter with some thyme leaves. I also went ahead and added some Dijon mustard. I just estimated, but I will attach the link to the recipe below if you want to know the exact measurements. So the recipe calls for Cajun seasoning. I didn't have any, so I used Creole seasoning, but I still feel like it turned out equally as well. So then I went ahead and added some red pepper flakes, and you are just going to mix everything up together. And upon tasting the mixture, I realized that it was way too sweet for my liking. So I went ahead and added an everyday essential in any African household, Maggi seasoning. Spicy Niche is going to tell you about the spice of life. I added about 1/3 of Maggi seasoning, and that went ahead and reduced the sweetness of the mixture. So I went ahead and brushed it onto the salmon, but I realized that was unnecessary, so I ended up just pouring it on there. One thing that I wish I did was marinate it overnight so the flavor could really get in there, and I regret cooking it on the lemons because they have a very overbearing flavor. So we're gonna put that in the oven at 350 degrees for 25 minutes. And there you have it. Your salmon is sizzling and ready to go. So we just made our cinnamon roll cupcakes. We made our mojitos. And then we have our plated salmon. The garlic bread got finished because we were hungry. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video.